Yeah, so this is lmsys.org.
Mm-hmm.
This is another website where we can play with models.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
the big news here is that there's a new model. There's a new model called Minstrel-Next.
oh,
Um,
oh, okay. Is
so
that
yes, it
based?
recently dropped, so we get to play with a new model. And they also
Oh,
have like a side by side feature, which we can play around with if we want.
uh-huh.
Um, but yeah,
Oh, okay. Cool. So it's kind of like Poe, but
yeah, but it's an
it,
open source one, and it's
uh-huh.
for research purposes.
Mm.
And they have more models, um, and yeah, and it's not proprietary, right? So it's yeah.
Mm.
So
Okay. Cool.
this one should be more fun to do. Oh, it also has. I noticed that it has parameters that you can choose.
Mm.
So this will probably be much better for us because I think so we because Poe doesn't let us change the temperature, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Oh,
let's give this a shot. If other folks, let me actually just quickly double check to make sure that everything on the stream is okay. I forgot to double check that.
mm.
All right, yeah, it looks like the stream is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um, anyways, yeah, so yeah, Mistral-Next is apparently like really really good from what I've heard. So let's give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
So last time we were talking about an entity resolution use case, and I had to like prepare some mock data to sort of show it. So we'll take
Mm-hmm.
a look at this right now. Um, okay, so I've changed the formatting a little bit so that it can fit better on the screen because I know there's a lot of text and it's going to be very small. Um, so take a look at profile one. So the key here is that each profile is made up of multiple records, right? And each record will have basically the same fields, so name, DOB, phone, address, right? Um, but they have different values. And then part of entity resolution is to bring in all of these different records and create one profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's just some examples. Record one, two, three, four, for and this is Grace Jones, right? That makes this one profile. And then this other one, so I've got rid of record one and added in record five, and I've just like changed some of the data,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like I added in incorrect birthday, or a not possible birthday, um, and I've like just changed, and we can change some more stuff around. Uh, but basically, and I think there's no record four, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so now the question is, if this is, if profile one is one output from one entity resolution process, and profile two is a
Mm-hmm.
different profile or the same profile, but like from a different entity resolution process, can we
Mm-hmm.
use LLMs to compare the two outputs and have it decide which one did a better job of entity resolution,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the key here is that like let's run it through the human test first, right? So as a human, we have records one, two, three, four. It doesn't have record five, right? But profile two does have record five,
Mm-hmm.
right? But profile two doesn't have record one and doesn't have record four,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like I made it. We still need to make this like a little bit worse, or need to change the data a little bit to sort of like play around with it. But the idea here is that like this is not a simple like one is better than two type of problem, right? It's not like something where you could just run this through like a regular classification model and like figure out that like one is better than two.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think this is a really good LLM use case, uh,
Mm-hmm.
because it's way more nuanced as to like, okay, well, which profile is better? Because even when we're looking at it now, it's like, okay, it's got mostly the same data. We're probably looking at the same person, but like both profiles are missing some data that the other one has,
Mm,
right?
okay.
And then there are even records that are just bad, right? So like this one has also a invalid day for February and things like that, right? So
Mm,
there's all sorts of nuances happening, and so I don't know how well it's going to be able to do that. I also haven't written the prompt yet, but I've just prepared the data,
okay.
right? But
Okay.
do you have any questions on this use case?
So basically, the profile one and profile two, they're different in their holes, right? In one profile, and then the other ones they also have holes, but right? And then of course there's like the record composition is kind of different, like the number of records.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
are the rec are, is record two exactly the same
As
between
record
profile
one?
one and two?
No, so
Record ID.
it doesn't have a phone number. It doesn't have a day. It doesn't have it has an additional suite number and has a different address.
Is that the same record two in profile two?
No, well, it's the same grace, I guess, but I added in more data because I wanted additional data.
Oh, sorry, I mean in profile two, you have record ID 236, that, right? The
Record ID 236. What about it?
is it exactly the same? Like the same sort of blob? Uh, Grace number.
Sorry. Yes, yes. So record ID 2 is the same in profile 1 and profile 2. Is that your question?
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I see 2 zeros. So data is the same,
Right, right,
including
right, right. So they have overlap. They have
okay,
overlapping data.
okay,
Right. So the
cool.
overlap here is record 2 and record 3 are the same records in both
I see.
profiles.
Okay, okay.
Right. So at a glance, we can see that like both outputs, roughly got Grace Baker, right? Or Grace Jones, right? I mean, this one has the last name Baker, right? So like at a glance, it's like okay, they did okay. Whatever entity resolution process produced these two profiles, they did okay. But the question now is not about like can it do it? It's about like can it evaluate which profile is better,
Hmm. Okay, okay.
right? Okay, so let's try some prompting because I haven't actually tried that yet, right?
Hmm.
So let's see. You are an
Grad
entity.
student. Oh, like
Well, we could try what we did last time and try other things, but it doesn't seem like the persona matters too much. But
well,
yeah,
it feels like the format may be slightly different, or the tone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Given two profiles generated from two different entity uh, resolution processes, you will evaluate which profile is better. Explain your reasoning step by step. And then, do we want to say anything else? Well, I guess we'll start with this and see how it goes,
Hmm.
right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's a lot of text, and I don't know if it will uh, if it will need more tokens, but let's see how this goes. Oh, this is fast.
One. Yeah.
Okay, it's going through a lot of things. Okay. All right. So it's going to look at accuracy. Okay. Therefore, okay. I see what it's saying. Okay, so it's looking at the actual values of the birthdays. So that's good.
Hmm.
Completeness, yep. Checking for missing data. Both files have missing data, yep. But it determines that profile 1 is more complete. I would agree with that. I did spend more time putting it in.
Hmm.
Consistency. So, profile 1, the last name is inconsistent. Address 1 is inconsistent. Profile 2, last name is consistent, but the DOB is inconsistent. So, consistency, profile 2 is more consistent. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Okay, so I think we. Okay, so this is interesting, right? So it's very nuanced. It's like, okay, it depends on what you want to measure, how you want to measure better.
Uh-huh.
So I think we do
Cons-
need a better prompt because the prompt just says, yeah, which profile is better,
yeah.
right? So we do need to think about that a little bit more.
Mhm.
Um, we can maybe say which process uh, produced the better uh, profile output because we're not measuring. Oh, I guess like yeah, we're looking at the profiles, but we're really trying to evaluate if like the entity resolution step is better or not, right? Because then we can use this in our uh, sort of QA testing,
Mhm.
right? Because we can
Yeah.
compare our old process to new process and run it through, all millions of examples.
Mhm.
So
But it seems like we want it seems like oh okay like if you're talking about consistency this one is better than accuracy and completeness. Do we need to guide it like what is better?
yeah, yeah. Well, no, we do. So I don't think we should look at accuracy because entity
There's
resolution is really
no
just about bringing in the records.
yeah, there's no ground truth in the prompt, right? Like
Exactly.
last yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be reasonable or mm, plausible or no.
Let's say there is no ground truth for accuracy of the data.
Mhm.
Um, uh, uh,
Plausibility? I don't know. Like
well,
it's
hold on a second, right? Because the whole point of entity resolution is to bring in the correct set of records and make it a profile, right? Um, so if without looking at so it's like making sure that you have every single record but not too many is the definition of better.
mm.
Right? That's the yeah.
You mean the amount of data or
No, no, no,
or
no, no. So there are X number of records. So record ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Mhm,
Floating out in, there are X number of records that belong to this person, Grace, right? Uh,
mhm,
a good entity resolution process will gather all of Grace's records and nobody else's, right?
mhm,
Um, so I think that's the quote unquote better,
mm.
right?
Okay,
Uh,
so we could have overmerged here, of course, as and then
uh,
fragments, right? So we want to capture it by uh plausibility, right? Like how plausible is this person to have like five addresses or
oh, I see what you're saying.
but
Testing the
I wouldn't
plausibility of it.
because consistency, I mean, how consistent are they gonna be, right? Like it's hard to say. It's hard. I mean, it's nice to have consistency, but then of course we want to grab, all records, right, related to this person. So maybe good would be it's possibly the same person. Like maybe this person has the same area code, or it's probably hard to expect like somebody from Hawaii to be grouped with Texas or something. I
Well, I mean, maybe, but like you can move to Hawaii. That's not a. Oh,
know, true.
we got a comment. Mr. Ahmad here. Good test. I'll tackle that with a confidence score. We have prompt examples on the website. Check Discord. Okay, that's really good to know. Thank you. I'll take a look at the Discord for the prompt examples. Um,
Oh. Mhm.
so what we can okay, well let's talk about that. Let's maybe define better here. So when I was thinking about defining better, right? Like so just because you don't have the ground truth, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? So like all of Grace's records do exist, right? So like it's and I mean it's not an easy thing to do, but maybe if we just describe it that way, it might it's kind of like completeness, right? Um, right.
Mhm.
Let me just write this out and see if this is it. Okay. A good entity resolution process will gather all the records for one person, uh, for exactly one person, uh, and no additional records, right? Because like the entity resolution process will like you can look at like is the birthday a valid day, right? Or is like the data clean? Um, but that doesn't necessarily make it a like the process good or worse, right? Because like the process still needs to be flexible to a lot of like bad data since we know there's so much bad data,
Mhm.
right? Oh, we got lots of
Mhm.
comments going on. But okay, well, what
So
does using a confidence score mean? Is there
for
hyperparameter? No, I don't think there's a confidence score. All right, looks
what is
it's an evaluation metric. All right, I'll have to take a look at the
oh eval metric of the result? Oh, that's cool. What is it?
All right, so a good entity resolution process will gather all the records for exactly one person and no additional ones. And then I'm going to move this comment.
I
Uh,
have examples. Okay.
yeah. I'm actually really glad that there's someone in the chat
Mistral, yeah.
from Minstrel because they can explain this to us like how how to actually set up an evaluation metric. I didn't know about doing such a thing, so we'll have to take a look at that later. Um,
Metric, yes.
Okay, let's give this a try because there's definitely a lot of ways we can play with this. I'm gonna clear this history and give this another try. Okay, so it's still doing consistency checks as opposed to checking for right for the records.
Mm.
Uh, I'm not directly
Yeah.
from Minstrel, but I'm a mod here. I'm in touch with the team on the daily. Oh, that's still cool, dude. You probably
Okay,
know way
well,
more about this than we do. We're just sort of like just playing around and just seeing what happens. So it's been fun.
oh, it's okay. Ronzai says I see these in docs. It's just asking for confidence score to be added to the tokens for confidence added output.
Cool. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at this output. Okay. So to evaluate which we'll compare the profiles based on consistency, completeness, and accuracy. Wait, did I not copy this correctly? Yeah, I don't know why it's getting stuck on trying to measure consistency and completeness. Uh-oh.
What is this?
I think people are trying to post links. Hold on a second.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Hold on a second. How do I let people post links?
Uh, wait, allow. I don't know. I tried
Can
to
you
click
allow it?
allow. I
Where's the
tried
allow
allow,
button?
but it didn't let me do anything.
But how do you allow? I don't even have to.
I
How do I allow it?
I s- I saw an allow button. I just clicked it, but it's gone now. Like, forgot
Oh.
that's banned sometimes. Oh, oh no.
You know what? I'm
How
just
do
gonna
we
make
just?
people a mod. I think that will, right? How do I make people a mod? Is this the mod?
Hmm, Uh, yeah. How do we do this? Oh no. Uh,
Yeah, there's like Twitch has like lots of things that just like ban it. Actually, what can you message me on Discord? I can maybe I can post whatever link you wanted me to post it. Okay, yeah, it's there. All right, I'll take a look at Discord. Hold on. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Then we'll. All right, let's make this bigger so everybody else can see. This is. Oh, I think I can post a link on Twitch chat. Hopefully,
let's see if I can.
let me see if I can post it.
Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, you did too.
Okay, we. I think I made you a mod as well, just because I was like, because like you've posted things before and it wouldn't work.
Oh,
So I went
me
to go
too.
change that setting. Uh,
Everybody.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Here's the confidence scores. Okay, you can include a confidence score along with a generated output.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
this
what
is so so
isn't it?
so we've asked it for confidence scores before, and we didn't think it was an actual like I thought we just thought it was hallucinating. Um, that it was just posting a confidence score because it was like there's no way it actually does a calculation, does it?
Uh,
So we saw it before, and we just thought it was just
yeah.
hallucinating.
Yeah.
Um,
No, no, I did want to use that. Remember, I was like, I want to prompt it like 10 times. If
yeah,
it's very
exactly.
confident, like, all good. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So okay, all right. So this is good that we were playing with it and we saw this happening, but we didn't know that you could explicitly do it. So
Mhm.
um, let's add this to our prompt. Let's see. Explain your reasoning step by step. We'll add it here. You will respond with a JSON object with the keys, summary, and confidence. Right? And then what else can we do? To encourage you to be more creative and generate. Okay, so we could do higher. Introducing an evaluation step. Let's see what the prompt is for the evaluation. Okay. Oh, okay. So we can tell it uh, how to do like each individual steps. Step one, step two. Okay. So if that's the
Mhm.
case, um, yeah. So we want to be more specific with it. We don't really care about. So it keeps going back to what? To looking at like consistency, completeness, and accuracy of the data. Which I think is still like in principle, those are good things to look at. Um, but yeah, let's see if we can maybe change this.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, all right. So let's see if we can do. All right. Let me copy and paste this.
Step one,
Summaries and
two.
evaluate them. Step one, step two. So let's say okay. So we can say step one. Wait, does the format? I guess the formatting might matter. We'll give it a shot. Step one, look for compare. I don't know how was it? compare the two profiles and look for records that exist in one but not the other, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, Step two, uh, determine if an extra record is likely to be, or no, well, what did you say? Possibly? How did you describe it? Is
Is possibly
possibly
associated to
be
the profile.
okay. Um, okay, and then step three, uh, determine if missing records should or not. I guess it's not one extra. It could be any, right? If
Mhm.
extra records are possibly uh, records associated to the profile, determine if missing records should have been added to the profile. Okay.
And then
Oh, wow, there's
number
actually a lot
two.
going on in the chat. Well, the last,
Oh,
sorry. Compare profiles against each other, ranked by confidence, completeness. But why would we need to rank it? There's just two, right? So we were just looking to see if it can determine if like one profile was a better output than the other. Um, but okay, but yeah, are there any other steps we want to add?
hmm. Sorry, what does overlord mean? Compare the profile against each other. Rank confidence by completeness and
I
accuracy.
think they are trying to give us an example, like what to use in the
Uh-huh.
prompt.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh,
maybe
is it
we'll
completeness and accuracy by record? Could it also we could also have an output like that?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay.
Well,
So determine the okay, so rank the records in the profile
yeah,
based off
yeah.
oh, okay,
I think
that's
that's
a
another different flow. Yeah, it's also
oh,
a
okay, that's
step
a
one.
complete yeah, okay, yes, that would be a completely different flow. So that we might
Flow.
want to test that out as well. But
Yeah, yeah.
let's test this
Mhm,
out.
mhm.
Um
Different flow. Yeah.
oh, errored.
Oh. Okay.
Why did I get an error? I guess this is this bar supposed to mean something?
Uh, also helps against hallucination. I guess. Sorry, the chat is saying. I guess having confidence like that.
Method not allowed. Well,
You anneal the prompt
did the
versus.
website go down? This would be really upsetting if the website went
Oh,
down. Okay. All right, it's good. I don't know why I got that error. Did they
no.
ban me? No, they didn't ban me. It's like uh okay, all right. So this is it. All right, profile one is more likely to be the correct output of the evaluation of the entity resolution process. It contains more records. Good. The records have more consistent and have complete information. Yeah. Records in profile one have matching addresses, phone numbers, and dates that are consistent with each other. Profile two has a record with an incorrect date of birth and is missing a record that is present in profile one. Additionally, profile 2 has fewer records, which reduces the likelihood that it captured all records for the individual in question. There we go. Confidence
Mhm,
85%.
mhm,
You are close to getting to the truth. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, so this is actually really interesting, right? So like if we can so imagine this, right? If we can create an LLM evaluation system just like this, then we, instead of doing a human evaluation for our two entity resolution processes, we can just have an LLM do it, right?
mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then it's like, so much faster because I was prepared to do this manually like 200 times.
Mhm. Yeah, I wonder how consistent. I suppose, like, if, let's say, like, this Grace Baker, has one record that's in Hawaii, right? Then maybe like, oh, okay, that's kind of inconsistent. But then maybe if there are like three Hawaiis and like five Texas, I wonder if that would, be more consistent with each other. And
Okay. Oh, so you want
and
to
that would
change
be
some of
good.
the
And
data?
that would be and then that would be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, yeah, because I was like, oh, okay, consistent. Is that good or bad, right? Because you do want diversity, you want like a full history of the person, right? So let's say this person moved 10 times, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like but then I was thinking maybe it's not a problem because we have like, corroborating information, right? So maybe this person moved 10 times, but that person probably needs to have 100 records, right? To make it consistent with each other, within the profile. So maybe
Within the profile.
that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually,
Mhm.
that is what you remind me of something else. So we only did the small test, right? This is just like we only have what, 4 and 5 records in this very very
Mhm.
small test. Our
Yeah.
actual profiles have like hundreds of records. I
Yeah.
don't know. We're gonna hit like a token limit, I think, if we were to actually put in every single record in a
Mm.
profile. Yeah, 30K limit. You
Um,
can go on for ages. Yeah. Yeah, we would probably hit that limit. Like our profiles are so large, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Like we
And
wouldn't.
shot prompts and compare. Okay. So if we have something so large like that, we could do it multiple times? Uh, oh.
I think the end shot compare comment was on something else.
Ooh, okay. You're getting too close to
Broadside's very excited for us. We are getting very very close, right?
too close.
Okay. But let's see if was there anything else in here about to do. Yeah, there wasn't anything else in here about the doing it the end shot prompting. Um, well, actually,
I like it. I like the answer. Yeah.
we could regenerate this and also just double check to see like if it
Yeah.
will give the same confidence scores and whatnot. Oh, it's actually less confident this time.
Oh,
It was
same
85%.
answer. Profile one.
Yeah, yeah, same answer. Which is still good, right? Because like, and the reasoning is good too, right? So if we just take a look at this again, right? Profile one was the one that had 4 records instead of 3, right? Sure, it was missing record 5, but record 5 isn't a great record, right? So it pointed that out. That record 5 wasn't a great record because it had some incomplete data and some incorrect data,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
so so yeah, it's uh
Oh wait, sorry. One of the rationale for profile two is the DOB is inaccurate, right? So can you scroll down a little bit? So for profile two is two, oh yeah, 30 is there, so it's not correct. But then if you scroll down, is there any other?
so there is this
Oh,
one.
there's no more DOB. I see. There's no more DOB for the
Yeah.
profile two. Okay.
Well, no, no. So record 2 is shared across both profiles, and record
Mm-hmm.
2 does have an incorrect day in the
Mm-hmm.
DOB, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
so it is there. Um,
Okay.
Yeah. There's another comment. You can also give full profile examples and have it compare those profiles to build a more complete profile. Yeah, actually, so we actually did something like this in a previous stream where we had like a ground truth profile, and then we looked at 2 other profiles and then asked it to sort of do the comparison, and it did very well. Oh, actually, the one we played with was the Minstrel Medium. So today's model, for anybody new, if you had just joined us in the stream, we actually got a new model that we're playing with. So we're playing with Mistral-Next. Supposedly this is better, so that's why we're trying it out. So yeah, the Mistral Medium was able to do that really well. But now we maybe we should actually try to see if Mistral Medium is can do this one. can
Mhm.
do the same exact
Oh, I
example.
don't know if overlord means the compound the profiles, like, merge them. I think we've done that before too, right? Like, merge them.
Merging the
I think we
profiles. Yeah. We did that
yeah,
example
I
where
think
we
we've done
merge
that too.
them as well.
Yeah. It's
Right.
still in preview. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is like cutting edge stuff, right? I don't actually know when this actually came out, but I feel like it was very, very new.
Mhm.
uh, so we
Oh,
are
yeah, let's do medium. Let's see how
yeah,
well.
let's give medium a try. Because we've liked how medium
Oh,
has
and I like
worked.
the temperature here as well,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. We never actually changed these settings, so we can change those settings as well
Mhm.
if this happens. Okay, so medium is actually way more verbose.
Bro, too much info. Okay. That's
Wow, actually, medium provides so much more.
wow.
Yeah.
This it contains more step one compared to.
So profile contains four records, contains three. That's correct. It's only present in profile one. That's correct. This record is the same. Yep. But with different middle name and missing movement dates. Yep. Step two, determine if extra records are possibly associated to the profile. The extra record in profile one has the same. Yep. Might be a valid record associated with the same person, but it's not clear with that information. Sure. Step
Mhm.
three, determine if missing records should be added. Profile two is missing a record. Okay. Yeah. So it found the missing record. The missing movement dates could be due to incomplete data. So it concluded profile one is better. Yeah. So Minstrel Medium provides better explanation,
Mm.
right? If this is what if I mean I guess it's more of a question of I think it's interesting for us to read the explanation, but if we were to actually do this in a production thing, we just care about this.
Mm.
Right? We just care
Uh-huh.
about that one JSON output. So I'm not sure if uh if Mistral-Next is like just being very strict at following the prompt of saying, "Hey, I only respond in JSON," right?
Mhm.
Because in our prompting, we did say you only respond in JSON with the key summary and confidence, right? And it seems that like Minstrel Medium, even when you tell it only to respond in JSON, it still gives you extra stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, I mean, I think we
Yeah.
like it for this example, but I think in a production setting, we probably wouldn't want it.
Mhm.
Let's see. Bronson says sometimes verbose explanations correlate with accuracy on LLM tasks. Might be worth investigating in this case. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, it's again. I'm not knocking it for explaining it, right? Like I think it's great that it's explaining it. Um, so I think that is a good thing. But I was just questioning whether or not um, if Minstrel-Next did not provide the explanation because we explicitly told it to only give the summary and confidence. So I guess if we want to do that, we can say you will provide Jason with the let's say explanation, summary, and confidence. We'll have it provide the explanation first, right?
Mm.
Or maybe not summary. Let's do conclusion or
Sure.
yeah, right. Conclusion and confidence. Yeah, because then so let's go back. Actually, I'm gonna do the whole side by side thing. I don't know if this is gonna be too small though.
Should we also
Where's
say that, hey, the steps, the explanation of steps should be in summary? Is that self-evident?
is
Uh,
the explanation of this?
explain. Oh, okay, step by step. Okay, and step one, step.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
is that
sorry.
okay?
Just
All right. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. Let me put this into the prompt. All right, so now we get to see it on both Next and Medium. All
Hmm.
right, so let's do network error. Oh no!
Oh no.
Is everybody else in the chat also doing this as well? How many people? No, there's not too many people, but like, we're getting network errors.
Uh,
Okay, oh, but this one's running. Okay,
okay.
so it did do the explanation. It did the steps. I'm gonna glance through this really quickly. I think it's getting most of it, and then has the
This is next.
conclusion. Ooh, okay, but it thinks that profile two
Oh,
is better. Huh.
false positives.
Interesting. That's
But
that's some logic there. I mean, right? Inconsistent birthday in record 5 and inconsistent middle name in record 1 are likely false positives and should not be added to the profile.
but I don't understand. Profile 2 produce better output as it has fewer false positives.
No,
Wait,
no, no.
so
That's not correct. That's not correct
yeah, I thought the
because
fewer false positives are in profile 2. Or
yeah, no, yeah, because profile 2 is the one that had record 5. Record 5 was not in profile 1, so it hallucinated that.
so what did it say what it thinks is the false positive record? Or
Let's take a quick look.
false positive would be the extra one, right? Let's see.
Uh, no, it didn't. It
Okay.
didn't say. It didn't say in the step by step. It just said it in the conclusion.
Uh,
Oh, no, sorry.
this record could be a false positive. Record 1 in profile 1 is Baker, which is different from the other. So because it has the middle name Baker, it thinks it is a false positive. Oh, and then the other one could be a false positive as well. Profile 2. It's a birthday.
Uh,
Hmm,
yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah, I definitely have to say that this one is not good. Let's
Right.
see if we can regen. Do we have to regen both of them? Oh, and we have to regen both of them. Okay,
Or
so hold
what's
on.
A?
So Model A
Oh,
is Mistral-Next, and Model
oh,
Model B is Mistral-Medium. So let's
oh,
take a
oh.
look at Mistral-Next to see if it does a better job of it. Hey, look, this is the first time we were called out that February 30th doesn't exist.
Oh, point 0.9.
Point nine. It's more confident now. um. Okay. So actually, and this is also really interesting. So this is actual JSON now, cause right, cause it put the new line, the new line character in
Yeah,
here, right?
that's true.
uh, cause I think in hold on a second, I just want to quickly double check it. Yeah, yeah, in Minstrel Medium, it doesn't
Oh,
put the
this
new
one's
line
okay.
character.
Yeah, it's okay, I guess. It's just like nested, you know?
Yeah, but either way, it's like you know. So Minstrel-Next is saying that Profile One is better, right? As it includes all relevant records and no incorrect data, whereas Minstrel-Medium thinks Profile Two is better, and again, it has potential few false positives.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, so we can rate which one is better, A or B.
Hey.
A is better. Let's
Okay, and then what
go.
happened?
Huh?
Then what happened?
I'm
And
not
then
sure.
what
I think they use this website uses our ratings
Oh, I
to
see.
sort of
Okay.
determine which ones are better at which task.
Oh, nice.
So if we can get the analysis of it afterwards and whatnot, that'd be pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so this is much better way to compare because like before I was like tabbing back and forth and
Yeah.
trying to figure out which one was better. Uh, but yeah, but so yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, okay. All right, how are we doing on time? Still got a little bit more time. Okay, so we could try to do, I think, there's a question here.
Oh,
So is this website how Cloud 2 got lower rated than Cloud 1? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of this website. I just recently discovered this website. So it could be possible. Yeah, LLM Boxing Arena.
that
I
will-
know.
yeah.
So okay. Um, so let's see. All right. So you said you wanted to possibly add more addresses. Um,
Oh yeah, like different, but like very different. Like Texas, and it could be like something somewhere else, like Alaska or something.
right. But how do you differentiate that from like? So how do you differentiate an incorrect entity resolution process versus someone just moving?
Yeah, so I would think, right? Like, maybe I don't need to be precise. So perhaps if there's only one record, then I wouldn't be sure, right?
Okay.
Unless the like phone numbers are still tied to, rest of the records. But, so then maybe first time, then I would kind of, as a human, I would expect it to be okay. I'm not really sure about this, this record. But so let's say if the phone is missing, right? So, but then this person, like Alaska record came in, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. I have no idea, right? So it's okay to be, I think, ambiguous, to be not sure about it. But perhaps if more records comes in, in the future, I would expect like human would be like, oh, okay, well, like another record came in now with Alaska address and a phone that's tied to a Texas phone. Then I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
ah, okay. Like
I see what you're
there's
saying.
more assurance. Yeah, more links pop up, then,
Well,
I would expect it to be more sure.
let's do okay, so then let's do this then. Let's say let's add another record, right? So now I guess we're at record 6. I'm just gonna up this, right? So we're gonna say that we found another Grace. Let's say we found a Grace Baker, uh, and we don't have any of this, and I guess we'll use Alaska. I don't actually know.
Mhm. Very far, yeah. Some
What is the state code for Alaska?
A K.
Eight.
Wait,
Wait,
is that
that's not
right? No, that's
Arkansas?
Arkansas. I'm sorry. Alaska's A, Alabama's AL.
Yes, it's
I
AS,
cannot.
yeah. If new records come in, you have new implicit metadata, specifically the reference date of a given profile. If you give the model a reference date for each profile, will it use it as a tiebreaker? Oh, yeah, actually, we never thought about metadata, right? Like, how do we use
Mm,
metadata? Uh, and will it use metadata as tiebreakers? That's a really good question. I am not sure, right?
mm,
We can play with that one as well, adding metadata because we've just been adding profile data. We never thought about using metadata.
mm. I see. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Date. Yeah, like file since date, right? Oh,
Yeah, like
yeah.
when we
Well, that's a
received
good
the
good idea, right? Because your Alaska thing, right, comes in, and then a newer one has like more information coming in, versus not, right? Versus like the
right.
reverse. Uh,
Well, I mean, it is interesting in terms of using the metadata, the sequence of when we receive the data as metadata. Right? We
mm,
don't really do that right now. Like we don't take priority of like, hey, like or we don't not priority, not just priority, but we don't even look at like
yeah,
the the
metadata.
timing of it
Yeah.
because
Well, perhaps like confidence could be a good one. Vendor confidence,
okay, well
disconnectivity, or sorry.
we are running low on time. I know we have some great ideas, so we have one. We probably only have one more time for this one last like thing. So I'm just gonna add
Okay.
in this one bad record, right? So we have Grace Baker, not Jones, Grace Baker, right? with very little data and like it's the same street address but like completely different state,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's try that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I said there's three records in common. Yep. Has records with different city state, but matching name and address without the ground truth is difficult to know. However, since the additional record in profile 1 has more matching attributes, only differs in address and phone number, it could potentially be a valid record for the same person. The additional record in profile 2 has a different city state, so I got that, making it less likely to be associated with the same person. Therefore, profile 1 might be more accurate. But it's less confident because now it's got more dirty data, so
Mm-hmm.
that's good. So let's see, Minstrel Medium. Profile 1 has 4 records, varying middle names, but consistent first name. Record 1 and 3 have the same phone number and address, while record 2 has different address and no phone number. In profile 2, there are 3 records that are identical to profile 1. That's not true. I think there's
Mm-hmm.
only 2. It's only got record 2 and 3 are the only ones that are identical, so they got that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, one additional record with different name. Yep. Uh, this additional record profile does not seem to be associated with the same person as the other records, as there's no consistent fields between them. But it doesn't tell me which it doesn't
Right? Yeah.
specify which one. Profile 1 has a lower number of records that does not contain any records that are clearly not associated with the same person. Okay, that's a very wordy way of saying it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
okay. Profile 2 contains an extra record that seems unrelated to the other ones, therefore profile 1 produced by the better entity resolution process. 90. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I. Yeah. The Alaska threw it off, huh? The names is not enough.
Well, no. The Alaska didn't throw it off.
Hmm?
Wait. So you think that this is?
The Alaska's record. I think they were talking about Grace Baker. Oh, I thought that when they're saying that, oh, there's one record in profile 2 that doesn't match with anything else. I thought it was the Alaska record.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I guess. Oh, so let's actually step aside from the LLM and argue this from like a human perspective. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you see a Grace Baker, right, with a Grace Baker Jones, right? So here it's Grace Jones, no Baker, right? Here is Grace Baker, right? And
Mhm.
then, all this information on Texas. You have the um, this one with the street address 1267 Main Street, right? And then all of a
Mhm.
sudden you see this record, right? And this record is just Grace Baker. So the only overlapping information is the street address and first name, last name with this one,
Mhm.
right? Um, so you would think that this record does or does not belong to the profile.
Hard to say. Hard to say. I guess if there were phone, if there's another one now, or if the phone were filled in with A30,
Mm-hmm.
then you would be like, oh, okay, like maybe more likely to be the
Mm-hmm.
same person.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so the one thing, because like originally when I was doing this example, I was thinking to myself that this is the false positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
That basically there's an entity resolution rule that matched on first name, last name, street address, but not, city state, and that's why this record got linked to this one,
Mm-hmm. But
right?
I mean, I guess it did well in saying that it's not. I mean, it's not. It's saying that it kind of stands out, right? So
Right, right, right.
yeah. Mhm.
So, hmm. But yeah, Cool. All right.
Oh, okay.
Should we wrap up? So what do you think of the new model and the new website?
Oh, I like the arena,
You like the arena?
the comparison.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't have too much network issues, but
Well, yeah,
well,
because it is just a free service, right? And I think it's just run by a university or something. Hold on.
um,
There was there was something I forget who. Oh yeah, here's the about us. It's an open source research project. Yep. Yeah.
mhm,
So
thank you.
so yeah,
Yeah.
so hopefully they don't run into too much bandwidth issues.
Yeah.
As long as not every as there's only 5 people watching, so there's probably we're probably not all like DDSing them right now. It should be fine. But yeah, but the fact that it seems like Mistral-Next from the few tests that we tried out, Mistral-Next is like slightly better. Not by much, not like by leaps and bounds. Um, I would say that the comparison is not as much as Mixtral to Medium, because I think Medium did much better than Mixtral.
Mm.
Remember when we were trying that?
Yeah, yeah, a while back. Yes, the number of tokens, right? We were playing with different number of tokens to the
Oh no
A,
no.
B
Yeah, oh
then
yeah
or
yeah yeah right, we played the 7 billion first, right? Mistral 7 billion,
Mhm.
and then we did the Mixtral, right? That's the 8x 7B.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
so but I feel like the jump like the jumps are smaller now. The Minstrel 7B was just okay, but like the 8x7B was like a much bigger jump in like reasoning, and it's like the reasoning skills.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, so what we can okay, so there was a couple of suggestions as to like different things we can try next time. Oh, we
Mhm.
didn't even go through that. So we could try asking it to rank uh, each record within the profile to see if it can like rank how good each record is. Um, I don't know if that will make any big differences. We also didn't try or we didn't mix up the records, like the order of the records.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes any impact. And I think we didn't try playing with more of like the different data scenarios. So you mentioned address, but we didn't try, for example, additional with like swapping the date of birth, additional phone numbers, or like a 1 year off on the, like things like that, typos. Um,
Mhm.
so so there's definitely a lot of other like data scenarios that we could have tried. Uh,
Mhm.
so would do any of those sound interesting? Do you want to try that on Friday?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Okay.
yeah, there's a like data variations in data, and also for this, and also with the ground truth. Yeah,
Okay.
that would
Yeah.
be good. Yeah. Mhm.
We'll give that a try. And also, it was also really helpful doing this,
Mhm.
right? Because before we were just like, oh, which one's better, and it just kind of like
Yeah.
it was too generic.
Yeah, always seems like that. Which one is better, right? And then it goes like consistency. It goes goes on. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I guess read the docs, right? That we should have read the docs first.
Yes. Should have-
Everyone
Well,
watches
this
like,
is Yeah, also very interesting with the metadata. I have to think about it,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Doing meta, right.
yeah,
So like if we add in like record, well, see that, but that actually the other problem
yeah.
is, can we actually trust our metadata? Because like just because we received the data, doesn't mean that it actually came in,
Mm-hmm.
that it's the most recent data. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because different vendors will give us things at different intervals, and they might get it at a different time too. So like, how can we be sure that like it actually is the
Mm-hmm.
latest? Like we can use move in and move out date as like pseudo
Yeah.
metadata,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
But
yeah. There may be other kind of dates, kind of like move in, move out. It's sort of like independent of the observation date. But there's also, I think, the source confidence, because a lot of times the vendors will be like they also have their own confidence, that
mm,
they will present like, oh, here is a deal B, but I'm not super sure, right? Like, or
right,
this
right,
person
right.
said, well, but I'm not sure.
Mm,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
hmm. Okay. Yeah, I guess yeah, yeah. There's probably lots of other scenarios you can play with, and then we can
mhm,
continue using this website to test it out and see what else we got.
mhm.
So cool. All right,
Cool.
folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back on Friday, same time, and we'll continue to play with these LLMs. So thanks,
Thank
folks.
you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.